Thanks for showing up. It's The Rush, Utah high school sports every day. All right, we're going to Gunnison Valley to talk about a couple of Bash brothers who hit well and also pitch well, and their stats are eerily similar. Gunnison Valley, the Bulldogs having one heck of a year this year. Let's start with Wayland Sorenson, who's hitting .448, 24 ribbies, 12 extra base hits, 5 homers, and a grand slam. He's second in 2A in home runs behind Cannon Verosco. On the mound, he's 5-1 with a 1.09 ERA, 66 Ks to just 12 walks. And he's a big part of why Gunnison Valley is playing so well this year. Now, his buddy Braxton Pickett, check out his stats this year at the plate. .442, 21 ribbies, 6 extra base hits, and 2 home runs. And then on the mound, 4-2, 1.07 ERA, 65 Ks to 16 walks. They're 7-1 in Region 15 right now. Gunnison, one of the best programs in the state going back to the 70s. I think they're in the top 7 or 8 in state history for state championships won, but it's been since 2017, and this year might be one of their best chances in a little while. Coach Chad Avery has been there for a few years. So Gunnison playing really good right now. They've got North Sevier today. Now, we talked with Wayland and Braxton, and I asked Wayland to tell me about Braxton Pickett, what he admires about Braxton's game, and I had Braxton do the same thing about Wayland.
What's it like playing with Braxton? It's a lot of fun, and he's worked really hard to get to where he is now, as he is committed to play D1 baseball. He sets the bar really high for each and every one of us out there, as we try to strive and be more like him, and to get better at the sport in every aspect. One thing I admire about him is his ability to keep composure, especially in high pressure situations. There was an inning this year where he came in with bases loaded and no outs, and we got out of there without letting up a run. And I strive to keep my composure and stay calm and collected during high pressure moments, and that's one thing that he does really well.
What's it like playing with Wayland? It's really fun. He keeps energy up in the dugout, but at the same time he's held to a high standard in that way and many other ways, which pushes us all to do the same thing, set that higher standard or bar. And then one thing that I admire about him is the work that he's put in to get to where he is. He's had a huge jump for himself, which has made our team have a bigger jump too. He's a huge part of our team, and I just admire all the time he's put in to get to where he is and all the success he's had.
All right, we go to the softball diamond. We're talking Sine Albert from Provo. Sine's numbers will knock your socks off. Look at these numbers. She's batting .769. She's got 20 hits. 16 of them are for extra bases. She's slugging out of this world. 1808 slugging. Her OPS is 2632. She's got 26 ribbies, 5 home runs. She gets on base almost every time. And we had Coach Wilson tell us a little bit about Sine's contribution this year to the Bulldogs.
Sine is a 4-year varsity player. She's a huge asset to our team at Provo High. Not only as a softball player, because of course, obviously she's a wonderful softball player, but also just as a team leader. She's worked very hard to be at the level that she's at. She spent a very long time playing high-level softball to be at the level that she's at. And she not only helps lead our team in work ethic, but also in how to think about the game and how to be a strong athlete and how to treat your academics as seriously as you do your sport. Sine is a phenomenal athlete, a phenomenal student, and a phenomenal leader on our team. She has accepted a full-ride scholarship to play softball for the next 2 years at Utah State University East, and she deserves every penny that she's getting. We're going to miss her a ton, and we are so proud of the way she has represented Provo High these last 4 years and all that she's going to do coming forward.
One of the top pitchers this year in the whole dang state is Mason Henry from Pleasant Grove. He's got the top ERA for anybody that's pitched 30 innings or more, 0.87. He's 3-1. He's got a 59-9 K ratio. 4 earned runs he's given up all year. Pleasant Grove went on a tough 5-game losing streak back in March, but they've won 7 straight, including 10-run ruling their last 2 opponents. We asked Mason about what's been clicking for the Vikings and where they need to step up. They want to make a run in the tournament later on this year.
Something that we're doing well right now, I think, is we're doing really good at playing small ball and executing the small things. We struggled at the beginning to kind of a little bit of fielding errors, a little behind on the bats, but I think we're really starting to come back to as a team. We're really young, got about 4, give or take, returners. So we were young and we had to learn how to play ball quick. So I think just cleaning up the errors, cleaning up, that helped us a lot. So something that's going to keep us going is just staying steady in the field and staying steady at the plate. I mean, our pitching backs up a lot. We're really, really deep. So that's very convenient and helps us out a lot. But something to take us far in the end. I think just staying consistent. I mean, we're finding our groove right now. So I think if we stay in that and figure out what's working for us, that'll be the biggest play for us for sure. But I think we're 100% a championship contender team, and yeah, a very, very easy to go far for sure. So looking forward to that and looking forward to keep playing ball. So thanks for having me out today.
Speaking of great pitchers, we're looking at pitchers who are undefeated with at least 5 wins. And I know, Larry, the pitchers can't control if you actually win the game or not, and there's better analytics and all that crap, but we're looking at win-loss record right now. And you've got to have 5 wins or more and be undefeated to make the list. Look at Gehrig Orchard, 7-0 for Provo. We love Gehrig Orchard, not just because his name is awesome, but because he's a multi-sport athlete. He's a state champ in basketball, and he's undefeated. 7 wins, leads the state this year. Any classification. Triston Felix is 6-0 for Montello. He's a killer. We've talked about Triston last week on the show. Colby Klassen from Mountain Ridge is 5-0. Cale Esplin from Snow Canyon, 5-0. Beckham Lindsay from Bingham is 5-0. Sam Rouser, Mountain Crest, 5-0. Colson Rich from Orem is 5-0. And Kai Anzalone, our guy from Beaver, also 5-0. That's a pretty exclusive list to have that many wins, no losses this deep into the season. Pretty good, Larry.
Would you rather win region or lose region, but get higher RPI seed?
Well, that's a trick question because obviously you want the higher seed. Your goal is to win the state championship. If you got the better seed, that's going to be what's going to help you more than winning a region championship. But of all the good things about the RPI, and I was critical of the RPI when it first came out, we'd make fun of it because the first few weeks of its release, the seedings would be weird and wonky and stuff like that. But by the end of the year, usually it looks pretty good. And then if you look at the tournament bracket, at the end, it doesn't matter if it's basketball or football or whatever, usually in the semifinals are the top 4 seeds or close to it. Every once in a while, there's a big upset and the 10 seed gets there or whatever, just like any other sport. But overall, I think it's hard to complain about how the RPI seeds the tournament based on results. Most of the time, Larry. Sometimes there's been some discrepancies. But overall, I give the RPI thumbs up. The one big con for it is it does take the spotlight and diminish the value of a region championship. Beating the guys from your neighborhood, beating the crosstown rival teams, winning region isn't as important because that has nothing to do with where you're seated in the tournament, obviously. So RPI, tons of pros, including having every game on your schedule matter from the very beginning, have equal weight. I like that the pre-region schedule, those games are important and you've got to be playing well all throughout the year. That's a huge pro of the RPI. The one negative is the diminishment a little bit of region champions, but not on this show, Larry. We're going to be giving the region champs for every region their flowers this year, even if they're not the number 1 seed in the tournament or a top 4 seed or whatever. Like if you look at Canyon View Baseball, who started slow this year, they've still got a losing record, but they're undefeated at 6-0 in their region and just swept Delta, who's a couple spots higher than them on the RPI. It's possible that they win region if they keep this up, but are still behind another team from the region in the seeding. they deserve the credit for being region champs, even if it took them a minute to get going this season in baseball. So that's what I think. All right, our football focus player, Lawrence, is our guy, Kade Shaw. Crimson Cliffs football, he was tremendous last year. You look at their playoff run last year when Sprinter Van Daly was banged up a little bit and he battled through injuries basically that whole season. Kade Shaw in the quarterfinal and the semifinal, I believe, had over 100 yards, had so many games throughout the year where he was 50, 60 yards, touchdowns, catching the ball out of the backfield. He's up over 6 yards a carry, I believe, Lawrence. So he's poised to have a huge year. Look at the history just over the last few years at Crimson Cliffs, where you go from Mason Topalian, McCord Christiansen to Van Daly, and now you've got Kade Shaw picking up. It's like Texas back in the early 2000s, the running back room that Coach Wayne has over there. We talked with Coach Wayne about Kade Shaw. Here's what he said about his senior leader coming back at running back. Kade Shaw returns as a senior running back and embodies everything you want in a program cornerstone at that position. He's the definition of a coach's dream. Humble, tough, and completely team first. Kade leads by example in every setting, whether it's in the weight room or the practice field, in the classroom or under the lights on Fridays. He brings a consistent work ethic, never complains, and holds himself to a high standard every day. It's obvious Kade has been raised right as he cares deeply about his teammates and the success of the program, and it shows in the way he carries himself. Kade Shaw, looking forward to watching him this fall for Crimson Cliffs. New OC Keelan Weiss, I think that's going to be fun to see how the offense evolves. They got one of the best quarterbacks in the state back in Tanawai and Drayson. So looking forward to the Red Kingdom coming up in 2026, Larry. Send us your highlights, Andy at therushutah.com, or DM us anywhere on social media at TheRushUtah. We'll use your highlights. We do it every day. It's The Rush, Utah high school sports every day.